Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to tonight's contest between the Martin County West Mavericks and the Janesville Waldorf Pemberton Bulldogs. Jay Semry here again with another broadcast for Friday evening, January the 22nd. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Janesville Tire Service, Automobile, Agriculture, and Commercial. Please contact Paul Beckstrand, 507-380-1517. That's 1517. Once again, that's 507-380-1517, the Janesville Tire Service. And the Mavericks coming into tonight with a slightly better record, percentage-wise, than the Bulldogs. The Mavericks at 5-11, and the Bulldogs at 3-11. So after tonight, one team will be at 12 losses, the other at 11. So it'll break that tie. And one of the managers for the Bulldogs, Colton, well known for his half-court shots, just hit one from half-court. And before we went on the air, there was a cancer benefit, of course, as many of you know, Coach Ted Hammond. And by the way, what a great guy Ted Hammond is. I've had a lot of conversations with him. He's always treated me like $1 million bucks. And he's an A-plus individual all the way. And sometimes, wins and losses are, are the name of the game sometimes. But Ted Hammond is a great guy, and he's had a lot of success. And he's also a cancer survivor. And he had the microphone earlier and asked all cancer survivors to come onto the court, and they had about 6, 7, 8 of them, Martin County West fans and JWP fans, and they passed, they put 2 minutes on the clock, and they passed the buckets around, and they got a lot of money for cancer research, and God bless them, because, that's something that I think all of us know somebody affected by it, or who has been affected by it. But back to basketball. Tonight's starters first for the visiting Martin County West Mavericks. The coach is Cliff Anderson. Number 3, Jacob Bunger, the 5'11" senior. Number 4, Tony Payne, the 6' senior. Number 5, Josh Bjerken, the 6' junior. Number 11, Brandon Williamson, the 6'5" senior. And number 51, Richard Ekman, the 6'4" senior. More on Ekman in just a little bit. And for the Bulldogs, a slight switch from the usual crew, as of course I just mentioned Ted Hammond, the coach. Number 1, Josh Janicki, 5'11" junior. Number 2, Jeremiah Sack, 5'11" senior. Number 5, Alex Chilstead, the 6'3" junior. Number 10, Brandon Sack, the 5'9" senior. And number 12, Andrew King, the 6'3" junior. Now, going back to Ekman, I was wrapping up practice with my 8th grade girls, and some Martin County West players came into the gym, and he saw that I was wearing a Bethany Lutheran College sweatshirt. And Mr. Ekman said, "Hey, that's where I'm going next year to play ball." So we had a great conversation for about 15, 20 minutes about that. Seems like a really good kid. So we'll see how he does tonight. Obviously, if he's committed to play D3 basketball, we know he's got some accolades to his name, no doubt about it. And we're about a minute 25 away from tip-off, or from the national anthem. It will be sung tonight by Ezekiel Graybow, whose sisters actually went to Bethany Lutheran College at the time I was there. West fans, they have the entire section to the right of me, and they even have a lot of their student fans. And it's very rare that opposing teams have student fans that make the trip. They're to my left, so you might hear a little more cheering for the away team tonight. Schulstead and Williamson, and it's Williamson winning the tip for the Mavericks of Martin County West. Over to Ekman. And the guy I talked to before we went on the air, a couple hours ago. Ekman draws the foul. I said he was a good guy. Maybe I put my neck on the line a little too soon there for an endorsement. I don't know, but no, he seemed like a good guy. Hopefully, he acts that way on the court. Ooh, and the free throw is off. Foul was on King. 10 seconds into the first half. And Ekman makes the second. And it's the Martin County West Mavericks striking first. 1-2-2 zone, possibly? Yep, 1-2-2. Janicki with the ball. Over to Sack. To Janicki. King tipped, and Jeremiah Sack gains the possession to King. King tries to draw the foul. Rebound, Ekman. The future Bethany Lutheran College Viking. He plays guard. He's a big guard for high school, 6'4". He'd be a post most places. Slaps the ball. Nonchalant shot. It's off. Big rebound by, that was Bunger, and he puts it in for 2. Full speed ahead, Janicki blocked by Bunger, and it's traveling, and it will go right back to the Bulldogs. Tom Gannon, number 3 for the Bulldogs, not in action. I was told I saw him. He had a wheeler the other day, and he broke a bone in his foot. Before we went on the air, I talked to Mike Skinner. He had word into the operation room, and the operation went well, I was told. So whatever that means, it sounds like good news for Gannon and his family and friends. And he's only a junior, and he was our 1,000-yard rusher this past season for the football squad. And it will be Sack inbounding. Janicki over to Sack. Over to Jeremiah Sack. Nice move, and it falls. And the Bulldogs are on the board. 3-2 Mavericks. Oops, I forgot to start. Oh, and it's stolen away. And then Sack gives the Bulldogs the lead. There we go. We got the clock going. Down low. Blocked. No, it's not blocked. Foul by King. And that sends Payne to the line. And Sam Eustace, number 22, will enter for the Bulldogs after the first free throw. Free throw's up. It is in. Ties it up at 4. Does Mr. Payne. And King takes a seat. That's King's second foul of the half. So we might not see him for a little bit. Second free throw up. Similar result. And that gives the Mavericks the lead again. Pressure defense by the Mavericks. And Ted Hammond calls a timeout. It'll be a long time before the Bulldogs are back at home. Our next home contest is all the way in February 9th, taking on Triton of Dodge Center. That's a long way off, but that is a 7:30 tip time. There's a conference showcase the 1st, the 4th, and the 6th, so there might be a home game in there, but it's to be determined, it says on my schedule, so more on that. If you want to be kept in the know on that, please log on to the Janesville Waldorf Pemberton Athletic website. And it'll have all the up-to-the-minute changes to the schedule. Jeff Adams does a pretty good job with keeping that schedule as up-to-date as possible. And the Bulldogs get it in following the timeout. And it's Janicki over to Sack. Tipped away by Williamson. Williamson, of course, had the 6'5" long arms. Deflected the pass out of bounds. Oh, and that's going to be a reaching foul. Sack will inbound. Foul was on Bjerken. And that was a... Ooh, I thought it was a reach, but no, it was a travel. Bunger with the ball. It's Payne. Back to Williamson. Down low to Ekman. Tipped away by Janicki. Recovered by Bjerken. Inside drive. Floats it up. And it falls in. And I missed the free throw there. And it's 7-4 Mavericks. I don't know why that's not updating on the screen here. We got some... One moment. We got to fix a few things here. There we go. There we go. Now we're good. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Over to Ekman. Thought about it, passed it up. Kind of a forced pass there. Fancy dribbling. Nice pass down low to Payne. And Payne puts it up and in for two. 9-4 our score. Ooh, close to over and back there. Sack, I thought, might have had a toe over the line. To Sack. Sack for three. Way off the mark. Ekman the rebound. To Payne. Payne for two. Soft touch. It's off. Eustace the tough rebound. And he'll head the other way. Pressure defense by the Mavericks. Nice pass to Janicki. Janicki couldn't finish. And rebounded by Bunger. Spin move. Boy, that Bjerken, he can really dribble. Loses control of it. And the Payne man goes up again, draws the contact, and he'll head to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Foul was on Eustace, his first. Team third. And he converts on the three-point play. And it's 12-4 Mavericks. Now it's a foul. And it's Sack who will go to the line. Foul was on Payne, his first, team second. Sack's free throw is up and in. Second free throw, same result. And whoa, yep, heading to the Bulldogs. Bunger tried to save it in front of the JWP bench, but he grazed the out-of-bounds line. So the ball is heading back to the Bulldogs. Tight defense and a foul. Foul on Williamson. That's his first, team third. Oh, I don't know. It went right between Bjerken's legs. I thought it was going to be a turnover for sure. Well, that was a turnover. And that turned it right back. 2-on-3. Sack the spin move. Very fancy. Janicki, the board, gets his own board and puts it back up. And it's up and in. He had it already up before he even hit the ground. And Fiesel and King will enter for the Bulldogs. Next dead ball. Floater shot is up and in. And a line violation by the Bulldogs, and it will head to the Mavericks. Williamson to inbound. Payne can't get it. King the rebound off to Walker Miller, who has also entered. Stolen away. Fancy passing. Matt Moeller, number 10, he has a beard, he's easy to spot, has entered for the Mavericks. Walker Miller the rebound. King, fake, tried to draw the foul, could not. Payne the ball. King not happy about it. Refs did not see enough of Ekman for three, and it's nothing but net for the future Bethany Lutheran College Viking. Burley, and it's off by Miller. Rebound Williamson, using that reach advantage we've talked about. Down low to Payne. Matt Moeller thought about it. There are two Moellers on the team. That's why I used his first name as well. Kind of like the Sacks with the Bulldogs. And that's going to be a foul on Walker Miller. You can see that one from up here at the booth. He reached down and got him across the collarbone area. And we're up to double digits now, 18-8 Mavericks. Whoa, doesn't draw anything on that one. And Josh Bjerken has entered re-entered the contest in favor of Bunger. The Bulldogs. Burley has entered for the Bulldogs. Janicki to Burley. To Miller. And Eustace traveled. One too many steps. Nice pass to Moeller. Ekman. He'll shoot that. It's off. Ekman's proved he's not afraid to shoot with a defender on him. He's very confident. Burley for three. And Burley connects. And that's what the Bulldog fans wanted. As Burley gets an applause from the JWP fans. Moeller thought about it again. They're leaving him alone out there. Well, he'll take it then. And well, that's why they left him alone. And it's kicked, and I think it's going to go to the Bulldogs, and it does. Sack across the center court line over to Burley. He'll shoot another three. Fiesel fighting for it, and it was tipped, and it will stay with the Bulldogs. Stolen by the Mavericks. They called a travel. And I think Bjerken knew it right away. oh, Burley's heating up. He's 2 for 3 from Triple Land. I wonder if they'll leave him that open on the next one, if there is a next one. Bjork in the inside drive, tipped by Miller. Heading the other way are the Bulldogs. That sack out to Fiesel. Eustace for 3, and he's off the mark. Rebound, Payne. Moeller for 3, and he's way off again. Bulldogs with the possession. To Miller. Fiesel fakes to Burley. Gives it to Burley. Down low to Eustace. Spin move. Try to reverse layup off the mark. Might have been blocked. And timeout is called by the Martin County West Mavericks. And we will go to our local sponsors. Please don't go anywhere. We will be right back. And we are back. Fake. And the three-pointer's up. Another air ball by the Mavericks. And some of the JWP fans are hooting and hollering over it. Janicki across the center court logo. Sack. It's off. King. And a three-pointer for Janicki. And it was a 10-point game. And the Bulldogs are on a 9-0 run. And fist bumps for a couple players. Hammond liked the hustle. And we're under 6:30 to go in this first half. 18-17. Martin County West with the lead. Over to Sack. He wasn't exactly ready for it, but he got it. Over to Jeremiah Sack in the corner to King. King, the baseline drive, and a foul is the call. And Brandon Sack will inbound it underneath the hoop. Whoa, and that might be a call on the Bulldogs this time. Maybe got a little overzealous there going for the ball, did Jeremiah Sack. I think that will be on him. It is the Bulldogs' 5th team foul. Sack's first. Payne out to Ekman. Ekman fakes. Back out to Williamson. Stolen away by Janicki. Nice pass to Sack, and he puts it in for 2, and that gives the Bulldogs a 1-point lead. And it increases the run. Whoa, Nelly. And Ekman went up for the jam, and it was Stuff City. And the Bulldogs continue their run. It's now 13 straight points for the Bulldogs. Oh, most stripped, and the Bulldogs going the other way. Lead pass to Janicki. And he had a foot on the line as he tried to save it. A little too much mustard on the pass. Timeout called by Coach Clifford Anderson. And we will go back to our local sponsors. We will be right back. And we're back. I'd like to say a special hello to John and Annette in Lakeville. They don't miss any of these broadcasts. I was just thinking, you know, they watch them all. You probably hear a lot of the same lines over and over again, but they don't miss them, and I appreciate it. Over to Ekman. Down low, that's number 25. Traveling, and that is Kevin Phillip, number 25, the 6'2" senior, who has entered for the Mavericks for the first time. Sacked the ball to Cholsted. Blocked by Phillip. And the Mavericks heading the other way. Ekman over to Williamson. Back to Ekman. Ekman fakes. Three-pointer. The bank's not open. These sacks have speed. Over to Janicki for three. Off the front iron. Heading the other way are the Mavericks. Matt Moeller will re-enter for the Mavericks next dead ball, and that's going to be a foul on Janicki. Sixth team foul by the Bulldogs. That's Janicki's first. And as quickly as Phillip enters, he leaves in favor of Moeller. Bjerken over to Moeller. They're leaving him out there. He's proven he's not a threat with those last two shots. And he's going to take another one, and it's way off again. That's three in a row. And a wild pass stolen by Ekman. And Moeller, maybe he's got a painful molar in his mouth. I don't know why. He just keeps airballing these three-pointers. But they're going to give him another one. No way is he going to take it. Everyone's yelling, shoot at him. Because he keeps missing them. Williamson, no-look pass to Payne. I think blocked by Janicki there. Sack could have got a piece of that one, and it's the Bulldogs heading the other way. Janicki, inside drive. Blocked by Williamson. Oh, and it's... Ooh, the foul on Sack. I thought it was palming. It looked like Williamson didn't have complete control, or it looked like he palmed it beforehand. He came underneath, and when you go underneath and kind of do that swim-type maneuver, they usually call that. This was not the case this time. The reach-in foul was. And that will end the run at 13. So it was a good run while it lasted, but the 13-0 run has ended. Whoops. Let the clock run as I usually do. Sometimes I forget about that. And the second one is good as well. So we'll update the screen here. Ooh, I smell some cookies. You know, this concession stand at JWP, they do a great job. Whoop, not 32 minutes. We'll fix that. There we go. And who was the call on? The call was on Payne. That's his second. Team fifth, Cholsted at the line. Puts it in. And the second falls in as well. Williamson pulls up for three. It's off. Walker Miller, and that's going to be a foul on Moeller. (23-20) Bulldogs. Eustace the ball. Eustace the drive. Can't finish. Payne the board. Over to Bjerken. Back over to Williamson. And that's number 12 with the hook. And that's Andrew Ringel, the 6-foot junior, just entered and puts 2 points on the board for the Mavericks. Janicki tried to find the back door there with Miller. Whoa, it saves it, and it is going to Miller. And kick ball, no, foul is the call. It will be on Williamson. Miller at the line. It's off, and then there's another foul. Big rebound by Ekman. And he puts it up and in for 2, gives the Mavericks the lead. Janicki to Cholstead. And a reach-in call on Payne. Janicki at the line. We're in bonus town right now. 8 fouls for each team this half. And we're at 1:36 to go in this first half. The first of the 1-and-1 is up and in. And that ties it at 24. And the second, similar result. Excuse me, folks. Tried to mute it quick. Push pass to Payne. Whoa, and Payne did, Ekman, big board. And Ekman goes up. He's proven why he's a D3 recruit. He was, once again, I told him before the game, he said he had a scholarship offer from Division II Upper Iowa, but he didn't like the baby blue colors, nor the nickname Peacocks, so he decided not to go there. He said he also received some interest from Northwestern of Minnesota, who will be playing as a member of the Bethany Lutheran College Vikings. And Cholstead puts it up and in for 2. And I'm going to hide clock with under a minute to go. It's hard to keep up with. Ringel out to Bjerken. We're at 35 seconds to go. No look pass back to Ringel. Ringel kind of looks like, and yeah, Bunger got away with a forearm shiver there. Number 12, Andrew Ringel. This might bring up a name from the past. If you remember a guy by the name of Drew Neitzel, who was a point guard for Michigan State in the mid-2000s. Ringel kind of has that look to him. Oh, that's got to be a foul. It's not called. 1, and the buzzer comes before the shot. No shot, and we will head into halftime with the Bulldogs with a 1-point lead. Your halftime festivities are the 5th grade youth girls basketball players will be playing during halftime. I will say one thing. I believe it's the head coach, Cliff Anderson, for the Mavericks. He's always coaching. He's always coaching. He's talking to one player on the bench right now, a guy who, I don't know if he's even made an appearance in this game so far, and he's talking about boxing out. So that shows you he's a committed coach. But then again, you'd have to say the same thing about Coach Ted Hammond. You know, once again, if you didn't join us at the start of the telecast, Ted Hammond, it's cancer awareness night. They're raising money for cancer. They passed the buckets. And Ted Hammond grabbed the microphone, went to center court and said, I am a cancer survivor. It is possible. People do live through this. He said he could share many teary-eyed stories. But then other cancer survivors joined him on the court, both from the Martin County West Mavericks stands and the Janesville Waldorf Pemberton stands. And it was nice to see hugs all around and raising money for a great, great cause. All right, a fresh 18 on the clock. And here we go. Sack to sack, back to sack. Janicki down low to Cholstead. Fakes, shoots, it's off. Rebound Mavericks. Ekman. Over to Bjerken. That's Williamson. He's got that long reach, 6'5". No look pass to Bjerken. Spin moves galore. It's off. Big board. And yes, I was going to say I'm surprised there's not a call, but there is a call. It's shooting call, too. And that will send Bunger to the line. Foul was on Jeremiah Sack. That's his second. Obviously, team first. Bunger's first free throw is off. He gets encouraging words from his teammates. Oh, and it rattles out. I even had put the 7 on the scoreboard. Oh, and that's a big rejection by Bunger. Trying to impale the ball through the wall right there. 17-14 to go in the second half. Janicki finds Sack. Sack for 3. It's off. And it's going to be a foul on Cholstead. Bunger. Payne back to Bunger. Base. Oh, and yeah, and it worked. King took the contact and bellowed out like he got hit in the head with a 2x4, and you know that's part of the five senses. They can see it and they can hear it. And you play to those senses, and sometimes you get those calls. And that's an obvious travel. No, the basket will not count. And the other way are the Mavericks. Williamson to Payne. It's tipped away. And it's going the other way again. That's the Payne man over to Ekman. To Williamson. Fakes. Bump. Trying to cut him. Ekman up and in for 2. And Ekman's fired up. Once again, I had a good conversation with Ekman. Uh-oh, we're going to the ceiling, Ashley. There we go.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's not tight.
I know it's not tight. And Ekman heading to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Once again, Ekman, if you just joined us, I had about a 15-20 minute conversation with him earlier tonight, and he's going to Bethany Lutheran College next year to play basketball. Said he turned down a couple offers from Division II schools. I guess I'd believe him for 3. And just in case you don't believe him, there's a 3-pointer. He's probably up to about 12, 13 on the night. It's tipped away, and King saves it. Stolen away by the Mavericks. Williamson, coast to coast, and he puts it in. Some fans getting restless. It's off. Fighting for the board. It's King and Payne, and it's a jump ball. It will favor the Mavericks of Martin County West. And we're back. I'm going to fix the clock. It should say 15:33 to go in this second half. Second half action, Jace. We've already passed the timeout. As the song Sweet Caroline plays in the background. I don't think you can go to a sporting event now without hearing that song. You know. For better or for worse, you know, you go to a sporting event, you're going to hear Sweet Caroline, you're going to hear Don't Stop Believin', and you're going to hear Welcome to the Jungle. Whether you want to or not. It's just, it's the way it is right now at sporting events. High school, college, pro. You'll hear those three songs at just about all of them. And just like that, it is the Mavericks with a 9-point lead. I think they're on a 10-0 run. It's indicated on the screen. To Ekman. Ekman stutter steps. Oh, swoop pass. Can't finish. Fake. Williamson floats it in. Oh, that looked like an arcade basketball shot. You know, the old NBA Jam or something. And that's an obvious push there by Bunger. Sack will inbound. And it's a 12-0 run now for MCW. King wants the call. Throws his arms up in disgust, but that's not going to get the call. Timeout called by the Bulldogs, and we will leave it here this timeout. and Don't Stop Believin' starts playing. I don't know if maybe Chuck heard me. Chuck Quast, a good guy. He's our sound guy. And he does a great job. He plays what the people want, that's for sure. And you know what? Those three songs I mentioned, that's what the people want. You know, they want Sweet Caroline, they want Don't Stop Believin', they want Welcome to the Jungle. And what do you know? Boom, boom, they play. And there you go. Well, if Welcome to the Jungle plays next, I think we'll know that it was not a coincidence. And it is Williamson to Ekman. Oh, an attempted steal there by Sack. Williamson inside drive to Payne. I thought he had a lock on him, did Chelstead. No call. Bulldogs heading the other way. And King gets the call that time and the foul. And one. And he'll head to the line for the three-point play. And King getting instructions from Coach Ted Hammond. Rebound. Oh, excuse me, I forgot to mute it. I coughed right into the microphone. I apologize, folks. And on the other end, the Mavericks call, and now they'll head to the line. And they're hoping to actually convert on the three-point play. And the student section for the Mavericks go wild as Mr. Logan Ebling, the 6'3" junior, enters the contest, making his first appearance of the night. And Bunger does convert on the three-point play. Bulldogs heading the other way. They get it across the center court. King with the ball. Sack to Janicki. Janicki will start it up. Bounce pass to Janicki. Stolen, attempted. Oh, wow. Oh, but Eustace couldn't put it in. Blocked by Ebling. And King can't put it in. Rebound, no, rebound Ekman. And King claims he caught an elbow in the mush. And, oh boy, he's hurting for certain. He's holding his head. Yeah. And he's getting to his feet now. Well, no, he's not. Let's get the camera on it. Yeah, there you go. You can see him, Coach Ted Hammond consoling him. I'm not sure what happened when Ekman got the board. He was pivoting his arms, and I believe either a forearm or maybe possibly an elbow. I'm not sure where the connection was, though, because it got King in the... He's holding his mouth, and he's looking for blood, so I'm assuming he got an elbow in the mouth, but... And he's getting back to his feet. And, you know, when you get hit in the nose, that's the worst thing that can happen. And I don't know if there's no visible blood, but I'm sure there could be some. Fiesel has entered it for the injured King. And Bunger the ball. Nice put in there by the Pain Man. His last name is Payne. I just like calling him the Pain Man for some reason. I don't know why. Eustace. Oh, it's stolen from him by Williamson. And Eustace attempted to steal it from Williamson, but tipped it out. It will stay with the Mavericks. Zipline pass to Bunger, and he lays it. No, he does not lay it in. Payne the board. Oh, he traveled, had to. They wanted the hold. I didn't see it. I thought it was ball. I think that was a good call. There's a lot of fans yelling. There's even a fan throwing something down on the floor in anger. Well, that really showed the refs who was boss there. Ekman the rebound. And Ebling, he puts it in, and you know that'll bring the MCW student section to their feet. And you know, just like that, it's a 16-point game. Boy. Bulldogs had a 13-0 run earlier. They'll need another one. Sack. Oh, that's... Sack puts it in, draws the foul, heading to the line. Sack the ball. Whoop, I got the clock going. Sorry about that. 11:22, I'll fix that. Left. It drops. And Bunger takes a seat on the Mavericks bench. And here comes Williamson and the rest of the Mavericks. Nice pass to Ekman, and he lays it up for two. Ekman proving his worth. Burley for three. He made two in the first half, failed on that one. And it's Ekman heading the other way for the Mavericks. Over to Williamson, the two tallest members of this Maverick squad. Dribbling it down and calling the shots. Eustace the board, or the steal, excuse me. Fakes it, and then lays it up and in. Ekman over to Ebling. Attempted steal by Cholsted. And Ekman takes it in, draws the foul. And boy, if he plays anything like this next season, Coach Holzeder of the Bethany Lutheran College Vikings might have found a diamond in the rough here. (49-34). What was that? Yeah, there's we got that over there, or I guess that one. Those are the only outlets around here. And Colin Burley, we had a question about our charger. They're filming the game to the left of me, and I don't know if I had what they wanted. Carter Jansen, number 1, making his first appearance for the Mavericks, the 6'3" junior. He'll actually, no, he took a seat. He'll come in soon. Burley's free throw is off the back iron, and here comes Mr. Jansen. And Jansen gets a good ovation from the Martin County West faithful. Oh, and I missed that first free throw. It should be 51-34. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it should be 50-35. What am I doing here? There we go. It was the Bulldogs at the line. And once again, Ekman puts it in. Janicki fakes. Puts it in. Timeout. Coach Ted Hammond. Forgive me for coughing. You know, it's kind of the midwinter meltdown for all of us. We're all kind of fighting off something right now. Once again, reminding you folks that our next scheduled home game is all the way in February 9th to be exact. That game's against Triton of Dodge Center, Minnesota. 7:30 tip time. However, the conference showcase is the 1st, the 4th, and the 6th, and we may have a home game one of those dates. Once again, for updates on the seating for the conference showcase, please check the Janesville Waldorf Pemberton School website and go to Athletics and Activities. Go to Winter Sports, Varsity Boys Basketball, and while you're there, Varsity Girls Basketball, and you can find where and when and who, or is it whom, the Bulldogs will be in action against. Stumbles over it, and Eustace with the steal. And it's tipped. King puts it up and in for two. And King gets set to the deck on the other end. Bulldogs, that's Janicki for 3. Oh boy, and that brings the Bulldogs fans to their feet. Well, it's now a 10-point game, excuse me, 12-point game. Put in by the Mavericks, 56-42. Under 9 to go. Janicki for 3 again. Down to an 11-point contest. Slowly but surely, I guess. Bjerken. Over to Bunger. Back to Bjerken. And that's not going to draw anything. Janicki heading the other way. Burley for 3. And Bunger the board. And Chalstead is limping back to the other end. Over to Bunger. That's Bjerken to Ekman. Down low to Ebling. Oh, and Ebling, a violent dive for it. His neck jerked back. You hate to see that. But it's a jump ball, and it will go to the Bulldogs. Good hustle play by all. You just hate to see somebody's neck jerk back like that with all these neck injuries that can happen in sports. Sack puts it in. Stuffed by Walker Miller. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Eustace, or by Eustace. And Matt Moeller will enter the contest again for the Mavericks of Martin County West. And Payne is at the line. And it's bonus town now for the Mavericks, a 1-1, I believe. It is. Payne's free throw is good. Back up to a 10-point contest. Second one plops in as well. Sack for 3. It's off. Long rebound by Williamson. Nice pass down low to Payne, and he puts it in. Back to a 13-point contest. Ekman, the big rebound. Can do a little bit of everything. Williamson. Boy, Williamson likes that. He likes to take that shot at the top of his jump shot, which the experts say is the best thing to do. But he can jump high, and he has a long... Oh, and Williamson, I was just singing his praises. He has those long arms, and that time his long arm connected with the ear of, or jaw of Miller. And Miller's not too happy about it. Multiple subs coming in for the Bulldogs. It's a sack. That's going to be a foul. Free throw is up and in. Second one falls in as well. Moeller puts it in and then gets the steal on the other end. We're at the 5-minute mark. And that is the 5th foul on Bunger. So it's happy trails to you until we meet again. He's out, but he certainly did some damage while he was in. A starter for these Martin County West Mavericks. One of the leaders out there. A senior. Free throw's good. Cuts it to a 14-point deficit. Whoops, that clock keeps starting and it shouldn't. There we go. And 51-64 to the score in favor of Martin County West. Williamson the ball. Over to Ekman. Williamson, that floater shot again. This time it didn't work. Rebound sack. Blocked by Payne. Down the court to Williamson. He fakes, and he's hit from both ends. And the second is off as well. Or, or was that the first? That was the first. A little over 4 minutes to go. The Bulldogs are going to make that run. Remember, they had a 13-0 run in the first half. That's about what they're going to need. Well, that's a start. Down to an 11-point game. Spin moves. Oh, I thought he traveled there. He did not. And Bierken, Coach Cliff Anderson saying no shots right now. Ekman hard off the glass, it's off. Schulstead the rebound. Zach weaving in our defenders. King trying to draw that foul. Tips it out to Janicki. King gets it. Oh, and that's, yeah. Oh, and Moeller and Schulstead getting into it a bit. Moeller certainly didn't like. Moeller certainly didn't like that. Oh, wait a minute. We're still going here. Yeah, that's a technical. Both sides. And King must have said something. And, well, what originally happened was, and I'll stop the clock here and all this ruckus here. What originally happened was Chelstead had a hard foul on a Maverick defender, or a Maverick. And then from there, Moeller took exception to it and got in the face of Chelstead. They're walking away, and Ekman told Chelstead to quit running his mouth. Moeller's making his way to the bench, and somebody says something to him, and he gets in the face of King. And then King retorts, and they both get technical fouls. And the ref's calling both coaches in here because we got 3:23 to go. This game is not in the books. And they don't want anything to happen the remainder of this contest.
What is going on?
It was a double technical foul, one for each team. So those fouls, I believe, will offset, and there will be no technical foul free throws, but these are the fouls from the original foul by Chelstead. And King's explaining his case to Hammond, and Hammond is talking to him. Maybe a teachable moment that, why get involved? Let Moeller run his mouth. And a timeout called by the Mavericks with 3:23 to go, and we'll leave it here. So, some interesting happenings here at the doghouse. And Mike Skinner is making a PA announcement, which he does every game, thanking the officials. And the Minnesota State High School League is looking for officials. So you can be on the court with the zebra striped shirt. You think you know all the calls? Prove it. Get licensed by the Minnesota State High School League, and maybe we'll see you out here next season. For more information, go to mshl.com or .org. And MSHL stands for Minnesota State High School League. Actually, it might be MSHSL. I don't know. You Google it, and either one, I'm sure it'll come up. So once again, Minnesota State High School League looking for officials for next season in, I'm guessing, all sports. A lot of these refs, they ref multiple sports. Very difficult job being an official. You never get the respect you deserve. But at the other end, whoa, and it drops for Bjerken. Tipped. Zach holds on to Eustace, and he traveled. Ekman. Charge. Some thought that it was a travel before the charge. And Coach Clifford Anderson says, look at the time, look at the time. Probably stating they don't need to rush into this stuff right now. Elvis said it best, fools rush in. Burley to Sack. To Eustace, back to Sack for three. The long three, it's off. Rebounded by Sack. And it's heading to the Mavericks. Burley tips it out to Sack. Rebound, Payne. To Bjerken. Number 23, Cam Dressen, has entered the contest for the first time. 6-foot sophomore is Dressen. Stolen away by Burley. Kind of unreal to have players coming in for the first time with less than 2 minutes left. Oh, and he tapped the backboard, but no call. Williamson and Sack with the call. We're at 1:23 to go. A lot of JWP fans not happy because it certainly appeared that the backboard was slapped on the layup, and of course that is an automatic foul or an automatic violation. Cannot do that because that could alter the shot. But some Bulldog fans were hoping they could slap the backboard on that one. It's up to 69-56 Mavericks. Second free throw not in. Oh, but can Janicki handle it? He does. Sack for three. It's off. Rebound Dressen over to Bjerken. Foul by Janicki. And we are at the double bonus. Both teams with over 10 fouls apiece for this half. Double bonus time. Up and in. Second free throw in as well. Jump ball favors the Mavericks. 55 seconds to go. Ekman. Oh, behind the head pass. Stolen by Sack. And Sack is fouled with 46 seconds to go. Sack heading the line. That's Jeremiah Sack, number 2. Jeremiah Sack, a senior. Brandon Sack, a senior. Jeremiah Sack is 2 inches taller. They are not brothers, they are cousins. Free throw's good. Second free throw on its way. Similar result, 71-58. Mavericks in the lead. And it's an intentional foul there by the Bulldogs, and that killed a second off the clock. Up and in. Eustace back to Janicki. Janicki, oh, it falls out. Ekman gets it stolen away. Blocked by Ekman. And oh, goodness sakes, now it's Janicki on the ground holding his head. And he's back up. Thank heavens. And I'll hide clock at this time. We're at 29 to go. I'll keep you in the know about the time. 73-58 here. I don't think the Bulldogs will foul anymore at this point. But it looks like the Mavericks will. Free throws up and in. Free throws off. looks like, yeah, the Bulldogs are not going to foul, and that should end our contest. Excuse me, but and 2-1, and that is our final for the night, 73-59. The Mavericks of Martin County West come away with the victory. Please join us on February 9th as the Bulldogs take on Triton. This has been Jace Emery for another NFHS broadcast. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.